Hi everyone, welcome back to my weight loss video series. In this video, we'll start off by talking about nutrition.
So how should children lose weight? The answer lies in balanced diets containing enough nutrients to supply the body. A meal is not balanced unless carbs, proteins, fats, fibers, vitamins, and minerals are all present. Parents should feed children whole or unrefined and natural foods that have gone through minimal processing. Seafood, lean meat, eggs, milk, cheese, yogurt, soy products, and beans provide protein. Grains, bread, spaghetti, potatoes, beans, corn, fruits, cookies, soft drinks, and milk provide carbohydrates. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans and legumes, low-fat proteins, and dairy products provide vitamins and minerals. Animal fats, vegetable oils, nuts, butter, and dairy desserts provide fats and oils. The standard for a balanced and nutritious meal is having enough protein and fiber, a wise selection and limitation of carbohydrates and fats. In practice, many people make mistakes as to what to select even though they keep that standard in mind. Therefore, we need to know more about nutrition and what to select and eat. Now I will talk about the different phases of the food pyramid: proteins, carbs, fibers, and fats. This is the meat of the weight loss method. First, we'll talk about protein. Protein is an indispensable part of the human body. It keeps us alive, helps build muscles and bones, and boosts metabolism to increase the rate of fat burning within the body. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. A person's body needs a balance of all 22 types of amino acids to function properly. There are 9 amino acids called the essential amino acids that the body does not create on its own. Based on the essential amino acids a food contains, we can classify proteins into 2 types. The first type is complete proteins. These foods contain all the essential amino acids. They mostly occur in animal products, such as meat, dairy, and eggs. Everybody needs these complete proteins. The second type is incomplete proteins. These foods lack at least one essential amino acid, so there's an imbalance in protein content. Plant products such as peas, beans, and grains are mostly incomplete proteins. So how much protein does a person need in a day? It depends on their weight. For an adult, the minimum requirement is 0.8 grams per kilogram of their body weight per day. Growing infants, children, and women who are pregnant or nursing need more protein. Teenage boys need roughly 90 grams a day, and teenage girls need 80 grams a day. Usually, most people do not meet that protein requirement. For adolescents, having an ample amount of protein in the diet can help with skeletal, muscular, and brain development. Ample amounts of protein at breakfast can stimulate one's metabolism for the entire day. Simple carbs can supply 2.5 hours of energy, while protein can last for 4 to 6 hours. Parents hoping to increase their children's work efficiency throughout the day should provide enough protein in the morning. For adults, amino acids and proteins can help keep your circulatory system healthy, normalize blood pressure, and work against arteriosclerosis. Then why can protein help lose weight? There are a couple reasons. First, the slow digestion and metabolism of protein won't cause blood glucose levels to fluctuate dramatically like some carbs do. Protein has much less of an effect on insulin volatility than sugar. It makes us feel full and thus controls any impulses to eat randomly. Secondly, protein prompts muscle growth. An important property of muscles is its ability to speed up metabolism and enhance the ability to burn fat. Many people are becoming aware of the importance of building muscles. If you don't have enough protein, muscles won't grow. Thirdly, digesting protein requires energy. This is known as the thermic effect of food. For example, foods high in protein increase our metabolic rate by 15 to 30%, compared to 5 to 10% for carbs and 0 to 3% for fats. If we feel cold, eating some meat like chicken legs can warm us up quickly. In contrast, cookies and bananas cannot do the same thing. A very common misconception is mixing up protein and fat in meat. Many people think that meat contains a lot of fat, so eating more meat can cause obesity. This is true only in some cases, and it is totally within your control. Parts of some animals are indeed very high in fat content. A lot of fat is interwoven into protein and some types of steak. However, different body parts of different animals have different levels of fat content. Many can be very lean. For example, chicken breasts have way less fat than wings. It is up to you to make the right choice in terms of picking the right types of meat. The main point is that you should not avoid eating meat. What you should do is avoid the fat and skin on most animals, and chicken wings. These are not the types of protein we need. Fat in certain foods is very hard to be removed because they are woven into the protein. Among foods with similar protein content, we want to choose foods with lower fat content. Turkey and chicken breast are the best low-fat but high-protein foods, and so is seafood. Other than being a perfect source of protein, fish also contains taurine. It increases intestinal flora, provides good cholesterol, and helps secrete the adrenal cortex hormone, which is necessary to keep you energetic and concentrated at work. Different types of steaks have different protein and fat percentages. Sirloin tip and filet mignon have the lowest fat content, while ribeye and New York strip contain lots of fat. Now you know how to choose your steak. Protein digestion rates and utilization rates affect how much protein can really benefit us. Utilization rate can be increased if we eat a variety of proteins in each meal. Protein from eggs has the highest absorption rate. Protein from fish is the most readily digested. Soy products are better than soybeans in terms of digestion rate. Vegetarians can consider whey protein as a source of complete protein. Flaxseed and chia seeds are superfoods. Not only are they a good source of carbs, but also a good source of protein. They are 20% protein and omega-3. Let's take a look at the protein percentages of some foods. To generalize, protein is a pivotal factor of weight loss. The key to choosing the right proteins is choosing the right types of meat that are low in fat and high in protein. Let's talk about carbs. Carbohydrates provide fuel for the central nervous system and energy for muscles. They are sugars, starches, and fibers found in grains, fruits, vegetables, and dairy products. Carbs can be classified as simple or complex. Monosaccharides and disaccharides are simple sugars. They can be digested and absorbed very quickly. Complex carbohydrates, on the other hand, cannot enter the bloodstream until they are broken into simple sugars in a long and complex process. Monosaccharides include fructose, glucose, and galactose. They occur in two types of foods: fruits and naturally sweet foods, like sugarcane, honey, and maple syrup. Vegetables also have a little bit of monosaccharides. Disaccharides include sucrose, lactose, and maltose. Sucrose is found in table sugar and foods with added sugar, such as cakes, cookies, candies, ice cream, juice, etc. The list is very long. Lactose occurs in dairy, like milk, butter, cream, ice cream, pudding, custard, and milk chocolate. It can be broken into monosaccharides. Lactic milk tastes sweet because of the lactose that has been dissolved into glucose and galactose. Maltose is found in starchy grains, vegetables, and fruits. Polysaccharides occur in three kinds of foods. The first is starchy foods, such as wheat, oats, rye, rice, potatoes, corn, and yam, and starchy beans, such as kidney, navy, pinto, and black beans. The second is foods with fiber, such as the skin and seeds of vegetables and fruits. Fiber also exists in nuts. The third type is special polysaccharides, which are found in seaweed, mushrooms, ginseng, goji berries, etc. They are best at countering tumors, high blood fat, and viruses, and they are very high in antioxidants. Such foods are very highly recommended. We can use the GI scale to evaluate carbs. Foods that score 70 and above are high GI foods, and foods that score 55 and below are low GI foods. We must select low GI foods to ensure stable blood sugar levels and insulin secretion. Low GI foods include grains like oats, brown rice, rye, quinoa, corn, etc. Some foods are taken as vegetables but are actually carbohydrates, including sweet potatoes, yams, corn, taros, pumpkins, potatoes, lotus roots, and legumes. They are very starchy. I would recommend 3 sources of carbs. They should appear daily in your meals. The first is quinoa and millet. They contain many types of amino acids that are only available in animal meats. The bones, muscles, and brain all need them. Adults need these amino acids to maintain healthy blood vessel walls and avoid hypertension and atherosclerosis. The second is oats. There are many types of oats you can find at the supermarket, but not all of them are good. You should choose the least processed types and stay away from instant oatmeal, which has additives, trans fat, and sugar. The best are oat groats and steel-cut oats. Whole oat groats that have been steamed and flattened are rolled oats. Oats contain a soluble fiber named beta-glucan, which can reduce low-density lipoproteins, blood sugar, blood lipids, and insulin responses. It promotes growth of beneficial bacteria in the digestive tract, which prevents constipation. Fiber makes us feel full. It is also a powerful antioxidant and rich in vitamins. The benefits of oats are numerous. The third is brown rice. White rice is a major Asian staple, but it has a higher glycemic index, meaning your body breaks it down faster, creating higher levels of blood glucose and promoting higher levels of insulin response. White rice is milled and polished rice, with healthy parts like the husk, bran, and germ removed. It also removes nutrients. In comparison, brown rice is higher in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Vitamin B is critical for brain health. They prevent dementia and boost the production of neurotransmitters. If we cannot get vitamin B from carbs, we will have to take vitamin pills. However, without enough bacteria in the digestive tract, vitamin B absorption is limited. For that purpose, you will need probiotics and taurine supplements. It is much simpler and more effective to simply just eat brown rice. Now we know what low GI carbs are. We also need to avoid high GI carbs. Cakes, cookies, soft drinks, and juices are in this category. They are calorie bombs without any nutritional value. Foods made from refined flour, wheat, or rice are not good. As I mentioned, fruits are also a member of the carbs family. Though fruits contain fructose, they also contain lots of vitamins and fibers that the human body needs. Everyone needs to have fruits except for diabetes patients. If you aim to lose weight, you must keep this ranking of fruits in mind. The best fruits are low-sugar fruits such as lemons and limes, berries including strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. The list also includes kiwis and grapefruits. These are the least likely to cause weight gain. The second best is summer fruits such as melons, peaches, and apricots. The third is winter fruits such as apples, pears, and oranges. Fruits with high sugar content are mostly tropical, such as pineapples, lychees, mangoes, etc. We should stay away from dried fruits such as raisins, dried apricots, figs, prunes, dates, etc. They are basically jars of sugar, even though they might have other health benefits. If you want to lose weight, don't eat them. We need nutrients from fruit, but it also brings in an extra source of sugar. Therefore, we have to limit other sources of sugar intake. The principle for eating fruits is to pick fresh, seasonal fruits and eat a variety of them. We can eat fruits between meals to achieve stable blood sugar levels and insulin secretions. We will be able to lose weight while still eating fruits. Some people may think it's troublesome to learn all about nutrition. They decide to cut out carbs completely. That is unwise. They will not get important nutrients like vitamins, amino acids, and energy that come from carbs. They will have low energy levels, hair loss, insomnia, and mood swings. To make it worse, weight loss becomes difficult. Bouncing back becomes unavoidable. Their weight will be higher than it originally was. We all know it's harder and takes more time to maintain a healthy weight than it is to lose it in the first place. Why? The human body tends to go back to its original status, especially to a weight that has been kept for years. Your body and cells are eager to achieve it. Your metabolism after weight loss will be lower than when you were fat, even though you used a good healthy routine. Strength training can partly negate this process, and eating carbs can maintain your metabolism. On the other hand, the human brain will develop a craving for carbs and high-calorie foods during weight loss. Your will cannot beat your brain. It is likely that many people give up in the process. They indulge themselves with junk foods. Undoubtedly, weight loss won't work for them. To avoid that, we need to eat carbs. In conclusion, we need to eat carbs in order to keep us healthy, to maintain our metabolism, and help us avoid overeating. One thing we should be wary of is insulin resistance. If you cannot resist sweets like ice cream, cookies, and cakes even when you're full, you should consider the possibility that you have insulin resistance, especially if any family members also have this disease or they have diabetes. Now we move on to dietary fiber. We've mentioned before that we need to eat enough protein every day. Even though all of our protein mainly comes from meat, it contains free radicals and saturated fats, which can be detrimental to our health. The solution is to pair it with a high-fiber diet to lessen the bad effects of protein. Dietary fiber makes us feel full, helps with weight control, cures constipation, reduces blood sugar and lipids, and prevents type 2 diabetes. Fiber mainly comes from plants such as vegetables, fruits, legumes, grains, and nuts. An adult needs 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. If 1/3 of that person's staples are whole grains and they also eat 17 ounces of vegetables and 1 fruit, the fiber intake meets the requirement for weight loss. Children need half that quantity. High-fiber vegetables include green peas, mushrooms, seaweed, turnips, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and carrots. Vegetables vary in calorie content. These vegetables are extremely low in calories. Asparagus, beets, cabbage, carrots, lettuce, kale, tomato, bok choy, romaine lettuce, bell peppers, spinach, celery, turnips, and purple cabbages. Big quantities of such vegetables will not affect your weight loss. However, you should be very cautious of the dressing or oil you add to them when cooking or eating. They can add a lot more calories than vegetables themselves do. What you need to check before you eat vegetables is the fat and sugar contained in the dressing and oil, rather than the vegetables themselves. If you don't pay attention to that, you might consume a lot more calories than you intend to, and weight loss becomes impossible. We must eat vegetables to acquire fibers and vitamins, and to negate the free radicals from meat. Vegetables full of starches have to be treated as carbohydrates. Dressing and oil that come with vegetables are full of fat and sugar, rather than fiber and vitamins. Fats and oils. Fat comes from fatty cuts of meat, vegetable oil, nuts, and dairy products like butter, cheese, and cream. The criteria for evaluating a fat are whether it causes damage to the cardiovascular system and leads to weight gain. Monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats are 2 types of good fats. Fatty fish, nuts, seeds, avocados, and egg yolks provide these good fats. Saturated fats come from fatty cuts of meat, animal skin, lard, etc. Red meat contains the most fat. Poultry contains much lower fat than red meat. Turkey breast is the white meat with the lowest fat. The worst fat is trans fat. It causes hypertension, strokes, heart diseases, thrombus, and diabetes. The damage cannot be cured even after a very long time. We should try our best to avoid it. The main sources of trans fat are margarine, ice cream, milkshakes, bread and cakes sold from supermarkets, chips, coffee creamers, fried foods, instant noodles and pastas, frozen pizza, salad dressings, etc. The Dietary Guidelines for Americans recommends that we eat more unsaturated fats and reduce saturated fats. For an average American, the ratio of saturated fats to unsaturated fats in our diet is close to 30-1. The goal is a 1-to-1 ratio. To achieve that goal, we have to limit the bad fats. To lose weight, we also need to know if a food is high fat or low fat. In that sense, seafood is better than white meat, and white meat is better than red meat. Other than fatty cuts of beef, pork, and lamb, these must also be limited. Fast foods, fried foods, chips, whipping cream, desserts, salad dressings, poultry skin, and plant oil. We should eat more fish, nuts, and avocados, which are sources of good fats. Amino acids are organic compounds that combine to make proteins. Essential amino acids cannot be made by the body. As a result, they must come from food. Taurine can enhance sleep quality and reduce stress, so it is important for children. It also helps reduce hypertension and cholesterol. It comes from seafood, beef, lamb, eggs, and laver seaweed. Lysine promotes absorption of calcium, so it is essential for bone, muscle, and brain development. It also reduces the possibility of cavities. The main source of it is fish, poultry, and dairy products. Arginine is especially needed for boys' pubertal development. Its main source is nuts and fish. Alanine regulates blood sugar level. It is mainly from animal meat and poultry, dairy products, oats, and wheat germ. Leucine helps wound healing and regulates blood sugar. It is mainly from meat and poultry, dairy products, and nuts. Methionine prevents the piling up of fats, and it helps maintain beautiful skin and nails. Dairy products, seaweed, sesame, and green vegetables are the main sources of methionine. Grains and beans can help with its absorption. Tryptophan can be converted into serotonin and melatonin. They are important neurotransmitters that can affect sleep quality, emotions, and appetite. Turkey, dairy products, bananas, soybeans, tofu, and almonds are the main sources of this amino acid. Absorption of tryptophan requires a low-sugar, low-fat, high-fiber diet. Tyrosine can help fight against depression and helps with weight loss. It comes from dairy products, meats, fish, eggs, nuts, beans, oats, and wheat. You can get all the necessary amino acids if you select foods that I have already recommended for weight loss. Your body will be in a very healthy state. Pseudo-healthy foods are generally processed foods that are high in fat, sugar, and salt. They provide nothing more than a lot of calories. They usually are notably low in fiber and nutrients, such as proteins, minerals, and vitamins that are essential for good health. High-sugar yogurt contains more than 20 grams of sugar per box. The purpose of yogurt is to increase probiotics, which can help keep the intestines healthy, relieve bowel diseases, boost the immune system, and even fight against certain cancers. Added sugar destroys the beneficial probiotics in yogurt. Other additives can even damage gut bacteria. We should choose yogurt that is less sweet or plain. For the same reason, drinks like Yakult are not good snacks for children because it is laden with sugar while not containing a lot of probiotics. Foods with yogurt coatings are not recommended either. Yogurt coatings are high in sugar and oil. Pre-sweetened breakfast cereals look attractive and appeal to children. They have 4 to 5 teaspoons of sugar per serving added to the nutrient-poor refined flours they are made from, together with food coloring, salt, and corn syrup. Some oatmeals have added dried fruits, which are in fact jars of sugar. Some have added trans fat, so don't buy them. Vegetable chips and fruit chips are high in calories because they've been baked or fried. Many contain lots of oil and are flavored with sugar and salt, as well as artificial additives. Many parents buy them as children's snacks, but they don't know that cooking vegetables at high temperatures destroys the bulk of their nutritional value. It is best to eat vegetables and fruits straight from the ground instead of out of a foil packet. Multigrain bread isn't really as fancy as it sounds. Yes, multigrain means it contains multiple grains. However, we don't know the level of refinement. If the grains are refined, it has been processed to a great extent. As a result, fibers, minerals, and vitamins in the grain have been eliminated. What you're left with are simple carbohydrates, which you ought to know should be avoided if you're trying to lose weight. Bread with multiple grains are not all bad as long as their grains are still whole, making sure that the fibers and minerals are intact. Otherwise, it's best to settle for whole grain breads like whole wheat or whole rye. Whole grain cookies are baked with loads of oil and sugar. Cookies are junk foods with no nutrients that your child's body needs. Whole grain cookies are still junk foods. Dark chocolate is tricky to deal with. If the cocoa percentage is lower than 80%, then it has too much sugar. Juices and smoothies are stuffed with a lot of sugar, even the green ones. While the ingredients are each filled with nutrients such as antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, juicing can remove all the fiber, which will only leave you feeling very hungry. Make sure that you check the ingredients before you pay for them. A maximum of 15 grams of carbohydrates per serving should be enough. Also, include only 1 serving of fruit, and the rest should be vegetables, most preferably greens. For protein bars, make sure you read the ingredient list before you buy any. Many of these bars have lots of sugar and artificial ingredients. Also, they're high in calories. The next time you go to the supermarket, you know which types of things to look out for. Don't buy them and don't offer them to your kids. It's not good for them. If you live in the United States and you or your child are interested in losing weight, feel free to contact me at the email shown here and linked in the description. Hope to see you.